much of the Rockies, Great Basin, and the Pacific Northwest. Now, let's see what we got for convection. Still very tiny bits in Florida, as well as the Great Lakes, all the way to Santa Fe, parts of Great Basin in Utah, Bitterroot Mountains, Northern Plains as well. Now I'm going to switch to here. Yeah, the lake helps warm things up a bit, but not enough. Lol, just too much cold air. Yep, too much cold air. I agree. Okay, let me switch gears to here. We'll talk about 3-day accumulation in just a bit. But right now, this is what we're dealing with, and we're going to play the radar right now. No, more like precipitation type throughout the next 3 days. Okay, so this is for tomorrow morning. Some snow showers will occur from Maine all the way to Pennsylvania, but on the interior side, plenty of snow to go around in the center part of the country, New Mexico, some mountain snow and valley rains, maybe some sleet, even in parts of Colorado. Oh, and there's plenty of freezing precipitation in the form of freezing rain or sleet in Oklahoma City and down to Dallas and Wichita Falls. Plenty of rain and more rains in Houston along the Texas coast, all the way to Panhandle, Florida and Georgia, pardon me, and all the way to eastern North Carolina. Then going into the Monday afternoon hours. Then by tomorrow night, plenty of rains all across the south, but some parts in Arkansas and Oklahoma might see some wintry precipitation. Some in the form of snow, others in the form of freezing rain or sleet. Plenty of snow from Kansas all the way to Michigan and Wisconsin. Wild, you might get some flurries here and there. Now, for going into the overnight hours and into Tuesday morning, Wild, you're still going to get plenty of flurries. For folks in the U.S., plenty of coastal valley rains and mountain snow in the Pacific Northwest. Plenty of snowfall all across the Bitterroot Mountains and the Northern Rockies. More snow in the Great Lakes region, in parts of the Great Lakes region to the Ohio Valley, as well as the interior Northeast, just west of New England. Plenty of rains throughout the mid-Atlantic and all the way down to the southeast. But yeah, there could be some freezing rain and sleet throughout the mountainous parts of West Virginia and Virginia as well. Maybe tiny bits in parts of the I-95 corridor. And then we move on throughout the afternoon hours and into early evening. In which case, there's going to be plenty of wet weather to go around throughout places like the Northeast, where they're going to get some snow in New England and the Hudson Valley, and even in northern New Jersey. It appears as though that the New York City area is going to be divided into snowy north and rainy south and coastal part of the New York City area, like Long Island. But possibly some freezing rain or sleet could get mixed in the Hudson Valley and northern New Jersey, and as well as for folks right along the eastern side of Lake Michigan. Wild, you're going to get snow for Tuesday night, though, along with folks in northern Minnesota and folks in the Rocky Mountains and parts of the Great Basin and the Pacific Northwest. A few places might get some coastal valley rains, mountain snow. Many places on the eastern side of the Cascades and parts of the Great Basin, they're going to get some valley rains, mountain snow there, and some parts of the Great Plains might get some rain, otherwise some snow, and Florida might get some rain. Now, moving into the overnight hours and into Wednesday morning, just going to let it play out for a little bit while it looks like as though that the snow might slowly move out of your area by Wednesday afternoon. In the northeast, all that storm moves out, but a few snowflakes, snow flurries could occur throughout parts of upstate New York, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, and those lake shores of upstate New York. There's still going to be plenty of snow throughout throughout much of the Great Lakes region, Wisconsin, Iowa, and as well as parts of the Great Plains, the Northern Rockies, all the way down to Colorado, parts of the Great Basin too. A few showers still lingering throughout parts of Florida. And finally, going into the afternoon hours and into the early evening hours of Wednesday night, the East Coast will end up being dry all across the I-95 corridor, but in the interior parts, like the western sides of upstate New York, all the way to Michigan and Chicago, they'll still get some snow, while you might get some flurries, snow showers, and as well as Colorado. Some few places might get some rain in the desert southwest to some wet snow. Coastal Texas will get some rain though. Okay, and now let's check on some thunderstorms. Let's play this out. So where are the thunderstorms? So all across the country, there's not going to be a chance of thunderstorms, even going into Monday morning. Yep, just letting it play, folks. Letting it play. Then just a tiny bits of chances near Pensacola, Florida, the Panhandle, Florida, to New Orleans by Tuesday morning and going into Tuesday afternoon. Some few places with some thunderstorms, then just stops by late Tuesday afternoon. So after that, so it goes into Wednesday, and then not much is going to happen, at least going into the afternoon hours. Oh, but there's going to be some thunderstorms in the Texas coast. Better be on the lookout. Oh yeah, one more thing before we do the snowfall, the 3-day snowfall forecast accumulation part, Let's see where the gusts, so where's the worst of the winds? Desert Southwest, it's now thing, but going into the early morning hours of tomorrow, plenty of gusts, mostly on the interior side, and parts of the coastal areas. We get plenty of winds there, but just to remind y'all, those are just gusts. Sustained winds are a different matter. I mean, the higher the gusts, the stronger the winds, though. The sustained winds, though. The Gulf Coast on Tuesday, all the way to the Mid-Atlantic, plenty of strong gusts, especially in the Rocky Mountains for Tuesday night. Strong winds Tuesday night and offshore, right along the coast in the northeast. But then it slowly moves away by late Wednesday morning. The Great Lakes region, the wind gusts will blow. Oh boy. Okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Okay. So while your gusts, you only have a lot of gusts for Wednesday. But even for today as well. And now let's take a look at here for the 3-day snowfall accumulation. Okay, so let's start off in the northeast. In the next 3 days, the coastal part of New England on the northern side, they might get as much as up to 1.5 feet of snow from places like Pittsfield, all the way towards places like. It turns out that I need to be more proficient in geography. Charlotte, Maine, but going way inland. Although there's going to be a little less, but It's going to be plenty of snow, ranging from about a foot of snow, maybe a little higher, to about around 6 inches of snow. But in places from Boston all the way to Washington and down along the I-95 corridor, no snow for the most part, but just west and north of the I-95 corridor, plenty of snow to go around, especially in the lake shores, but around up to a foot of snow is possible along the lake shores. In the Ohio Valley, hold on a minute. Yeah, in the Ohio Valley, they'll get as much as up to a foot of snow in some places, all the way to Topeka in northern Kansas. In some parts of Michigan, they might get as much as up to 8 inches of snow. Wisconsin, up to 3. Wild, you might get right around between 1 to 3 inches of snow, but that could change, though. I mean, but like I said, these are just estimates. From Minnesota to the Dakotas, up to 2 inches of snow. Montana, some places might get as much as up to a foot of snow. To even Idaho, in the northern side, eastern side too, and about up to 8 inches to 9 inches or 10 inches of snow in some places in Wyoming. Western Colorado, about close, maybe around a foot and a half of snow. Salt Lake City, Utah, the central part of the state, they might get as much as up to a foot of snow, especially on the eastern, northeastern side of Salt Lake City. I don't know if I already showed Idaho, but they're going to get as much as up to a foot of snow in some places on the northern side. Oh yeah, that's right, I already said that. A few parts of Nevada might get as much as up to 3 inches of snow, up to 6 in northeastern Oregon, and the mountainous parts of Washington State, up to a foot of snow, high up in elevation. Northeastern Washington State, up to 6 inches. But nothing much is going on in the south, with the exception of far northeastern part of Oklahoma, in which they'll get up to a full inch of snow. Oh, in the desert southwest, I forgot about that. They might get as much as right between 6 inches to a full foot of snow there. Depends on the temperature profile, with precipitation and such. Okay, that's it for the national weather discussion. I went overboard. But without further ado, let's go to Minecraft right about now. So, in other words, well, best be on the lookout. Even if there isn't much snow for you, winds are definitely your worst enemy. Worse enemy than the snow, as you put it. Well, not exactly what you said, but I'm just paraphrasing. Okay, so now let's get to Minecraft. Okay, so in Minecraft, it's finished. Not so, and never will, for Mushroom City in Minecraft. The stream is not over. I still got about at least 46 minutes to go. Right now I need to get a quick sip. Hold on. In the previous episode, we were at the 100th episode. This is what I managed to complete. We planted trees. That's good. Right now I gotta build a fire station and a police station and even a post office. So right now I am building a prison downstairs.